The following video is brought to you by the guys at the Wrecking and Racing Podcast, a NASCAR podcast made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at www.wreckingandracing.com, facebook.com/wreckingandracing, and Twitter at Wrecking and Racing. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, our good season continues to be good. In Sydney, we finished 3rd and 4th, a pretty decent result. We are getting ready for Munich. And as I said at the end of the last episode, we have a bit of a conundrum because tire wear is very low, which means we want to be on the fastest tires possible. However, the fastest tires possible also pertain to qualifying. So we might do a few qualifying runs on the medium tires and then say Q3 on the softs. But definitely the softs are where we are going to be racing at, that is for sure. Taking a look at our pit crew here, we have a decent pit crew with some decent stamina in here. Fujiniwa is looking a little winded, for sure. We might actually swap out Fujiniwa with Mizuya. So we get a little bit better on the tire change, a little bit lower on the fixing, but I'm not planning on fixing that much. As we were saying, improving parts, so once we get that repaired, we will top them off. The question is, based on our sponsors, and we have to do one more race before we get a sponsor. We get slot 3 opened up from Northern Harbor right there on a fender. Do we want to spend some of this $10.2 million on another part? And I think we at least want to. Looking at our part knowledge, we have original suspensions and spoilers, and these, you know, aren't that expensive, so we can work on the suspension and the spoiler for sure. Let's go ahead and go medium speed corners plus 20 on that suspension, spend 250 grand, and Bob is your uncle. So we are working on that. There's the car repair done. So now we can work on what we are doing as far as fixing is concerned, and we'll start with a fresh slate just to be sure we're good. So performance-wise, we definitely want this engine, and we definitely want this engine for sure. This engine will be retired. We definitely want this gearbox, and we want that under the repair for sure. And then we can spend our repair elsewhere. Let's work on a suspension part. Let's work on, well, that's it for performance-wise. So reliability. We can get the gearbox ready to go 10 minutes before the race, but we can spread ourselves a little extra. Let's do the 72 on those brakes there. Actually, do we want to do those brakes? No, it's only one apart, and we'll work on the performance of these brakes, so we'll continue working on that. We've got 75 on that engine. Probably wouldn't hurt to increase that if that is our lowest part. We've got a 73 here on that suspension, and we've got a 73 on this spoiler. Let's go ahead and crank up reliability as much as we can and try to get that gearbox ready to go. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's focus solely on the brakes, that suspension part, and that gearbox for sure. Take a look at the mail. Of course, the car repair is done. Get to work, guys. So we have a politics vote, and this is what we were talking about in the last episode. The removal of Sydney. Quite frankly, I don't care. We will abstain. We gain a vote, and it looks like Sydney stays. So good on them. We had a good run at Sydney, I believe. Yeah, 3rd and 4th. So that helps us out for next year. Get to you know, pocket that vote. All right, coming up to the GT Challenger is also in Munich this weekend. Let's see how they fared. Dogger Stephenson with Oberhof. Alice Wood with Nakata. Some new names up there. Kaluza is definitely struggling this year, which is hilarious to see after last year for sure. All right, so our new suspension part is built. Let's work on improving that suspension piece. And it's already better than our current suspension. So that should be fine. 12 days after the race, we'll try to get this suspension part serviceable. If we can, awesome. If not, no worries. We'll definitely put that on for the next race. Possible improvements, you say, to the engines. Have the dilemma. Engines 30 performance for only 400 grand. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. All right. Now, I don't know if that's going to last all year, but I hope so. And I am not going to be mad at the plus 30 on the engine for 400 grand. It's basically, you know, when we improve the engine, we don't get 40 extra performance out of $1 million. So that seemed like a no-brainer to me. 40% chance of rain coming up in Munich. Ross is hated by their team. Of course, our boss is... All right, that's fine. Pre-race gossip. They're not talking... Oh, there we go. Saka Speedworks, yep. And got it. I know. We're going to get some sponsor money pouring in over the next few weeks, good sir. Don't you worry about a thing. All right, so we will be ready to go to Munich. Once again, we'll take the 4th or above for 900 grand. And we'll see if we can fit some of these parts here. So Falco will definitely grab that engine. And Enrica will grab that engine. Falco has those brakes. Falco, nice. We'll give her a better engine there. 690 at a 75. I like that. 748. I like that. And a 736. We'll take that. 1915 and then a 580 with a 67. I think we need them. That's absolutely pivotal for Munich. If the suspension was not a key factor in the race, I wouldn't do it. But, you know, we're going to do it. The extra suspension part for only a 2% or a 2-point loss, that is fine with me. All right, so I will go ahead and practice and qualify and see you for the race. Qualifying is done, ladies and gentlemen. We are 2nd and 6th. The pole sitter is from Orange GT, which is not our heads-up competitor. So even though they got the points for the pole, I am not too upset about that. At least it wasn't the people we were fighting directly. For this race, because we are going to be using soft tires, Falco will be on the light-footed strategy. Soft tires wearing more slowly. That will allow him to go a few more extra laps than Enrica. And Enrica can really go. The fuel is 12 laps in the tank, but a 29-lap race. So we've got some fuel stops to do for sure. So let's just see how we shake out in the grand scheme of things. We want to take a look at precipitation, make sure that at least on this first run, we are not left out to hang. And Enrica with a decent start. Falco hung up on the outside of the spoon curve there. We just need to settle in. We need to let the race come to us. We need to sort of play the strategy and see what works for us. But we do have 2 sets of soft tires that are brand new in the pits. We did not use them for qualifying. We actually did Q3 on medium tires, and this set that we are on now are the only softs that we used in qualifying. We did Q1 and Q3 on mediums to preserve those soft tires for this race. Now, Falco already is making those soft tires last. He's at 72% versus the 64 of Enrica. So that's going to work out well for our 1 offset lap pit strategy. Car setup, though, is really keen. Both drivers at 97% on the car setup itself. So really good car setup. It's just, I think these guys have better suspension than us, and these low-speed corners are where we struggle for sure, especially these drivers right there who are sort of butting in there, forcing the issue, and then the drivers are going out wide. Yeah, I know you're sorry there, Falco. Maybe you can drive the racing line maybe a lap or 2. Oh, there goes someone off. Virtual safety car. We are not going to pit now because we will not be by pit road in the timely manner. So by the time we get back around, of course, the race will be back under green, and we're not going to do that. I was going to say we could drop it down and get fuel going, but that's fine. Back under racing, that's why I kind of wish for a real safety car. I would definitely pit, both drivers and put on maybe a set of mediums to do this first stint, top off on fuel, but to each their own. Running 8th and 9th, though. We are out of the points a bit and out of the sponsor objective, but it is a long race. We've got the guys on soft tires with us that will have to pit. These guys on mediums, though, they're making those medium tires last. They may be able to go further than us. So it seems, as of first glance, we're sort of backwards on the fuel strategy as far as where we are in relation to the others, but we'll let the race play out. Rain could always be a factor here. Falco is actually making some moves. Well, he was. Keeping up there in 8th, Enrica in 13th, and this isn't what we were... I mean, this is sort of what we were actually expecting. Given where we started at the start of the year, we were expecting to run up in the top 3, like, oh yeah, we're a real big team to beat, but the fact is we're not. A lot of drivers had to repair on pit road and all of that good stuff. All right, so Enrica, we will tell Falco he can hold there. He will be pitting next time by, and Enrica will be pitting next time by this time. Next time this time. All right, Enrica, go ahead and pit. 10 to 12 laps. We might do a medium segment in the middle, but we'll put on those soft tires. That's what we are good to do. 2 laps of fuel, a really fast pit stop. So coming in at this point, we don't have to wait so long on gas. There's another car that ran wide, the purple car, who actually gets back on the track and outraces Laura, which is interesting indeed. Laura's going to have to take care of her tires coming back to pit road, and we need to get Falco ready to pit next time by. He can go ahead and take care of his tires in the coming lap, and cars around us are coming down to pit road. These soft tires are being chewed through very quickly. Hopefully Enrica can make it onto pit road, and Falco, if you can make it on pit road next time, please go ahead and top off everything you got, and that should be good. 10-second pit stop. Laura is in. Fuel is in. Didn't have to wait too awful long. All right, go ahead and push just a little bit, Enrica. She's in 16th around these guys on medium tires. So very interesting indeed. Enrica might have to do a medium stint and then put on softs for one last blast. We'll just sort of have to play the race by ear and see if that is indeed what we're going to do. Yellow flag, no overtaking in Sector 3, but that's fine. We're pitting anyway. Cruz is on pit road. Jack is up. Tires are on. Fuel is in. Down and away. So Falco should be rejoining the race right there in front of his teammate. He makes Laura slam on the brakes pretty hard. And then we'll get Falco's tires back up to temperature with a push. So 13th, 14th. Running about where we should actually be running in the grand scheme of things. Oh, racing hard, the team cars. Good hard racing there. Enrica makes the pass for 13th over Falco in 14th. Falco's soft tires are going to really last, though, compared to Enrica's for sure. He's got that soft-footed trait, so he may not have to come on pit road. He can shorten up one pit stop, which is what we need. We can sort of see this lead pack is about a pit stop ahead because they haven't pitted for tires yet this particular race. So we'll tell Laura to chill. If Falco can make the pass, that would be good on him. I'm not going to give team orders, though, but it looks like Falco would have been set up. There goes Falco. 20 laps to go. Enrica fighting back hard. Falco on the outside. You know what? Enrica is not doing Falco any favors, but he does get by. And where do we fall in the grand scheme of things? So we are amongst a lot of cars on chewed up medium tires, and our soft tires are actually holding out pretty well. All right, Falco, you can go ahead and run neutral. And let's stay out and see if we can catch these guys on pit road. They have to wait a whole lot longer for fuel than we do. 19 laps to go, 8 in the tank. I don't know if we can do one more time for fuel. If we pit one more time, we can stretch out our fuel, but we can definitely give it the old try. We need to go those full 8 laps, and then we won't have to pit again for fuel. So we'll be almost running dry and filling the tank all the way back up. Now, Falco needs to get around this guy. Hey, Falco. There you go. Make some moves, man. He's on chewed up medium tires and you're wasting time. Yeah, he's being stuck behind this car here. There you go, Falco. No, get to the inside and push, man. You've got yourself set up well. So there goes Falco for 5th. Don't give up that inside groove, Falco. So Crits has rolled a natural 20 in booting Falco out of the way, which is sad to see. We can turn up these tires just a little bit more, I think. And we need to run these last laps fully, get everything out of these tires that we can to make it on one more stop. There goes Falco sticking his nose in there. Get a good drive off there, Falco. That's what I'm talking about. Falco with a bold move around. We're up in 4th. And those cars did take medium tires this segment. 16 seconds behind Sevilla, who is on really burned up medium tires. Now the question is, if we do have to pit twice for fuel, we can put on the mediums and just run them hard, and then put on softs, split the run in half. But Falco, I think, can actually stretch it out just a bit. We can keep his tires under him here. I know you can't get past Menzi. Keep trying. So yeah, Falco's soft tires are on the same sort of feel of Cruz's medium tires. We should be going faster. No chance of rain through this segment, which has given me the warm and fuzzies. We are not within range to do one more stop with Lara. We might be able to get there with Falco. So what I'll do is I will have Lara pit this time, go for her mediums, and fill up as much as she can. And we'll just push her hard and split this race in half. The last 14 laps or so, we'll do like 7 and 7, which seems fine. So Lara, we're just going to have her push everything you got. Falco, we're going to keep out. We'll be on differing strategies here. And then once we can get within the pit window of fuel, which is 12 laps to go, then Falco will only have to pit one more time, and that will be his last pit stop, and we can definitely do some damage. I think we've set ourselves up well. We also need to look out for 7 laps to go, so lap 22 for Lara to come down one more time and top off. As long as we can keep one car in the points, I am happy, and Falco is doing a masterful job getting within, this 12 laps to go. Because I believe his soft tires can last 12 laps. Yeah, you all just go. You're going to burn through your tires. You'll have to pit an extra time, and we should be fine. Yeah, Falco, you just hold what you got. How's the end of the race looking? Fairly good. Still no precipitation, even though it looks pretty cloudy. Not going to lie. But we'll just keep Falco out for another lap or two to guarantee that we do not have to come down pit road but once, especially saving these tires and making them last up until that stop. Because I think these guys, oh man, if they pit for medium tires, then that's going to be tough. I can sort of see it both ways. These guys will put on medium tires their last pit stop. They'll be making their last pit stop with us. We're not going to gain any time, but they'll be on more chewed up medium tires and we'll be on some fresh soft tires. I want to go around one more time. Really push these tires to the limit on what they can handle as far as their tire life is concerned. We may give up a little bit of time, but I think it'll pay off in the end. So leader is going to come around. We're at 25% in the green. Pit next time by there, Falco, for your last set of fresh soft tires. And 10 laps remaining. Let's do something like that. So a 13-second pit stop. Wing is fine. We don't need to push the engine. And Falco is 3.1 seconds behind this guy on chewed mediums. And I think what he is going to do is he's either going to try to make that really last and we can catch him on the softs, or he's going to have to pit again. So if we have an amazing pit stop, we'll be able to really do some damage. So I think we'll be okay here. All right, Falco, go ahead and, yeah, just keep pushing. Pit this time. Now we're going to fill up as much as we can, down and away. Falco will not have to come down pit road anymore. These guys in front of him may have to. So there goes Lara, and she will have to pit in 2 laps time. Falco, I think, can ride. So Lara, go ahead and just do a push maneuver on these tires. You'll be pitting one more time. And Falco should be good as far as tires are concerned. We'll take care of him. He is within 28 seconds. And he should be running some fast laps. If anything, I will tell Lara to allow Falco through. All right, so that should be okay. We basically split this race in half. Let's go ahead and tell Lara to pit and get everything she can out of these soft tires here. She's good on fuel. We could put in 1 lap of fuel just to be absolutely sure. Parts are fine. Nice balanced pit stop there. And then Falco's just going to run this one out. All right, 8 laps to go, 87% on those soft tires. Falco can just chillax a bit. Lara is down and away, and she is just going to continue to push these soft tires through. Unfortunately, I think that might have set us back. Lara's running in last, but she's got 10 seconds to make up. It seemed like the call to make, especially with like these guys here in front of Falco having to pit. I mean, it just makes sense that they are going to be on pit road. If we can slingshot past the whole group here, we'll be in 6th, attacking a guy with chewed up medium tires. Now the leader is on a whole nother level as far as strategy is concerned. Old Minzy there. We should be able to get our top 4. And we should be able to stay in the points, which is what I need. Although Falco's suspension is kind of looking shoddy with 6 laps to go. It's a long race, though. We're not going to push him. Falco up in 5th. And then we've got 2 cars in front of him that look like they have to pit. I know your tire deg is pretty bad. Just go with a push for now there, Enrica. She should be able to really start closing the gap. The guy in front of her, though, is basically on the same strategy as far as tires are concerned. Force has fresh mediums. Might actually get around Enrica here. All right, Falco, keep those heat in those tires, please. 5 laps to go, 66%. We are up in 4th. We have plenty of fuel to make it. And we have better tires than 3rd and 1st. Minzy, though, is in a class all of his own. I don't think we're going to catch him. But we are sitting pretty as far as points are concerned. Enrica's got 4 laps to go. Just do something like that, Enrica. You've made your way up there gallantly. Keep fighting off Force, if you please. And we'll try to pounce on any pitters if we can. So yeah, this soft-footed, soft tire wear is definitely the call to make. That was Falco's fastest 3rd segment of the race when it counts with 4 laps to go. 55% on the tires. We're not planning on pitting anymore. And yeah, we're on even tires as far as wear is concerned, and the softs will have a little bit better grip. Hopefully Poor is chewing through his tires more than us. I don't think he's going to have to pit, though. With 3 laps to go, Cruz is on cruise control. But we are within our sponsor objective. We do not want Sevilla to catch us. And if it looks like that's going to be the case, I'll turn up Falco. I imagine Sevilla is pushing pretty hard. Yeah, he's got his engine turned up, which we cannot do with our park condition looking the way it is. But we may have to bite the bullet here if he keeps closing. Yeah, he's a little off pace. If third breaks, though, that would be pretty impressive. So 2 laps remaining. Falco running in 4th. Lara might be able to slingshot by some of these guys here. She's running in 12th out of the points, so it doesn't make any sense to, you know, bring her in and try for something better. Yeah, we just need our reliability to go up a bit. Now, with 1 lap to go, I'm going to turn Falco up on high and have him attack. Try to keep out of the arms of 5th place Sevilla. He's on better tires than us, but if Falco can stretch out this gap just a bit, we can keep that sponsor objective intact. And if he can pass Poor, that would be nice. Force finally got around Enrica. She's doing the best she can for sure, though. Just kind of got bit by strategy and being off sequence. Falco, don't you dare let him by. Overtake mode. Push everything you got around this last turn, Falco. Bring us back with the points. Bring us a sponsor objective. We did it. Nice. A good 4th place finish. If there was another lap, he would have got us. And Enrica with a valiant effort coming in 13th. It's okay. We didn't have the car to beat, and I was concerned about, you know, this particular track. It's not our best track. We didn't have the car for it. I still think to finish 4th is quite the accomplishment. Go ahead and save the game, if you please. We'll see where that shakes out as far as Drivers' Championship and Team Championship. So, Gal Minzy with the fastest lap bonus, but we did get the sponsor objective. Now Enrica drops to 10 points behind Drivers' Championship, and we are 11 points out, but still really good, considering how we said we would not be relegated. So we still put points on the board, and for that, I am happy. I'm looking forward to getting back to a track where we've got a pretty decent chance, and hopefully these parts come into play. Hopefully our team chairman isn't going to be too bummed about that. Driver morale is up. Now we came in 3rd as far as the team expectations is concerned. We lost $1 million. Hopefully we can get that back in Sponsorville. That would certainly be nice. We had to do a lot of pit stops, and what's throwing me off is the fuel for sure. And you might be thinking, yes, we're going to a track that we can really do. No, it's the road course of Phoenix. Engine and gearbox, though, and a very high tire wear, so we're going to be using the mediums a lot. So feeling pretty good about that. Let's answer our emails. Car condition, that's fine. Interview, use, team orders. Oh, Falco, by far. Keep his morale up top. Pit crew and cruise wins. Awesome. So that is going to do it for me in this episode of Motorsport Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, a like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And next week, we go to a brand new Phoenix Raceway. I wish it was the Oval. Take care.